I hear the sound of like dripping water somewhere and the clicking of the
Ooh.
clock.
Yeah, yours is like an older version of mine.
All
Okay.
right, so I guess I'm gonna scroll back up.
Yeah, and I'm gonna back out of here. I'm
And I
back.
just hear the fireplace.
Yep. Okay, so I'm out of the house.
I am as well out of the house.
I think now we should go to the point of before 9 o'clock to where Ravens is open. Either before 9 or after 3. You tell
All
me
right, I'll
which you want
scroll
to do.
through until Ravens is open. I am now at 9 o'clock, and
Okay.
Ravens is open. I feel like I'm just gonna get jump scared again, like at some point.
Alright, Ravens is open. Check.
All right, and I am now entering Ravens.
Entering Ravens. Ooh, I have a white Raven. So since I
Interesting.
think yes, since you started first last time, I'll do it this time. I have I'm the scene I'm brought to as soon as I enter Ravens is a close up of a desk. Kind of the background is a blue wall. There's a bottom portion of a clock with the 7, 6, and 5 visible. No hour or minute hand, likely because we're at 9 o'clock, so it's above where we can see. I see a placard on the wall, kind of bordered around with a letter that is sealed with wax. And it's like a framed letter. And the letter itself says, "Dear Amelie, I am pleased to inform you that you have been chosen as my new apprentice. Your experiments with time extractions are truly groundbreaking. I agree that our short lifespan is deeply unfair, especially for people like us who keep improving the world, pushing it forward. I am looking forward to helping you with your experiment in Switzerland. Yours sincerely, Clarissa Shar, Master Watchmaker." So that is here. Now we kind of pull into the foreground for the desk itself. The desk is a wooden top. Starting from the left, there's a lamp casting light down onto a like a desk shelf. It's about the size of two shoe boxes stacked on top of each other, if that makes
All
sense,
right.
where the drawers slide out and they have somewhat of a crescent or like a ravioli shaped handle, if you can picture that. Um, I'm sure you've seen them if you could see it, almost like a traditional file cabinet drawer.
Mm-hmm.
So these two
Yeah.
small drawers you can pull out. I'm going to click on them. Not interactable. I see two books leaning against the shelf. As we move across the table, there are three what look like tiny marbles that can be clicked but not really moved. Kind of like brown stripe, white, and red marble. There is a note in the center, kind of the focal point of the desk, that says, "Do not remove these tools. I will work when the clock shop is closed. Signed off, Amelie." There are tweezers, a watchmaker's eyeglass, and on the right side, it almost looks like a sewing machine in the background with the white
Okay.
raven in front. The raven is looking to the left, cawing annoyingly, and I click on the raven and it won't fly away no matter what I do.
Okay. So
I
my oh,
yeah, and I cannot scroll, and I cannot interact with anything.
all right. So we'll jump to my scene. Mine is incredibly similar. It's the same desk, as a matter of fact. I think we're just looking at it at different times. The left is the same clock, although I can see the hour and minute hands, which are ticking around that same 8:45 time period that we're used
Your
to.
clock is on the left.
It's on the left. So looking at the wall, cutting down
Yep.
the center to the left is the clock. To the right is actually a framed picture of who I can assume is Amelie from the back.
My clock is on the right, far
So
right.
so I'm able to click on the picture, and like I said, it depicts a woman from the back, her hair with like a loose ponytail with a black ribbon and a white raven, who is also looking to the left in the photo.
Okay.
On the desk is on the far left is a potted plant, and the center, dominating it, is what looks to be a lantern, or what actually it looks to be is a lantern, with a letter leaning against it. The letter has on the front, it simply states Amelie Raven, with 2 postage marks, and the lantern is illuminating what's inside the letter, which seems to be a key. And on that note, to the right of the letter is a second key with a piece of paper that simply says Clock Shop, which I am able to inspect, and I've added it to my inventory.
Ooh.
To the right of that, and the rightmost thing on the desk, is a box that says Lairk. I can click on it and it rattles, but I'm otherwise unable to interact with it. Clicking on the letter, and then clicking on it again, I receive the letter in my inventory, but not the key by itself within. I am able to click on the plant, it rattles it. I am able to click on the lantern, it makes a clinging noise. But otherwise, there's nothing left else for me to interact with. So now I have a key for the clock shop, which means, as the letter said, we can now visit after it's closed when Emily would begin her work.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So then, basically we need to back out, fast forward, and see if we can get in the shop. I do not have a key. I have no way of getting it.
Oh,
so this
interesting.
Is gonna be,
so yeah, so I will now forward time.
Yeah, so I'm going to back out. I'm going to forward time
now
with
Ravens
you.
is closed.
Ravens is closed, and all I see is the opening hours 3 to 9 sign.
Whereas I click on it, the key pops up, unlocks the door, and I enter the building.
Very interesting. I am going to go back in time so I can be in the building and verify if there's any similarity.
Actually, Anthony, there is a page describing different types of marbles.
Perfect. I have 2 books. I didn't tell you the title of the books. I don't know if they matter. The outermost book is Extracting Time. The inner is Creating Automaton.
So now I'm back at the desk, and nothing has changed other than the addition of 2 books. One on the bottom left simply stating Gemstones, and the other stating Horology. One blue or dark black, or one light black, dark blue, and the other red.
Got it.
Opening the gemstones, there are 6 paragraphs, each one describing a different type of mineral, all of them in the shape, or gemstone I should say, each of them in the shape of a marble. I have a rippling green one, a sort of opaque white or clear one, quartz, a red one, which is ruby, a black and white spotted one, a Dalmatian stone, a dark black one, an onyx, and a striped brown one, a tiger's eye.
So I have on my desk the quartz, the ruby, and the tiger's eye.
Quartz, ruby, tiger's eye.
The orientation of them, not sure if this matters. The 3 stones are laid out from left to right and foreground to background. So let's say there's basically 3 layers: left, center, right, background, center, or foreground, center, background. Okay.
Right.
So if you draw it, kind of like if you make a 3x3 grid on your paper, bottom left is tiger's eye. So that's foreground left, tiger's eye.
Right.
Center top is quartz, the white, and the right middle is the ruby by default.
All right. So I took a quick glance at the horology book before I described. So let me read the descriptions of the gems just in case.
Please do.
I'll just do the 3 that we have.
Yep.
Unless you'd like me to do all of them.
Let's start with these, and then we'll see if the other ones come into play.
So quartz, it says, quartz is commonly used in the making of clocks due to its ability to channel energy. That's the only description. The ruby is a hard and durable gemstone that can ease friction in mechanical instruments. And the tiger's eye can be used as a conductor due to its layering of quartz crystals. I don't know how true any of that is. My brother Austin is actually a clock maker or a clock technician. He would know.
Okay. Now,
I'll have to call him and double check.
You said there are 6 total in your book?
Correct. Malachite, quartz, ruby, Dalmatian stone, onyx, and tiger's eye. And these are on pages 18 and 19 of the book.
So the three we don't have are Malachite, Onyx, and Dalmatian.
That's correct.
I'm wondering.
Well, so here, let's not get ahead, because now let's go to horology, which actually had the horology book is several pages I can read, and it actually has patterns to it. So it says horology. So this is a book owned by Amelie Raven. It simply states the first page: horology, new methods of measuring time by C. Shar, which is Clarissa Shar, the person.
So that would make sense why she framed her apprenticeship acknowledgement letter.
So it jumps immediately to page 11, which says number 4, accuracy. I don't know how much we need to jot down, but... so let's see. So it says here, through multiple studies, Mrs. Shar figured out that a timepiece would be more precise when using only quartz in the channeling plate. Then there's an asterisk, which notes, I think this sequence will be more accurate, with the additional benefit of storing time. Ah, okay. So here begins the heart of the puzzle. So it says, through multiple studies, Miss Shar figured out that timepiece would be more precise when using only quartz in the channeling plate. And so below that is a pattern. So picture it is like a rounded baseball diamond. So it starts at a central point and then sort of curves outward to the left and right, and then has a dome on top. It's shaped like the Fortress of Doom, like the skull in the swamp, like from the old DC comics.
Yep.
And so then looking at it, so at the bottom, at the center of it, like where the, I guess, home plate would be, on the baseball diamond, there is a circle. And then there are 4 branches from that. One to the left, one to the right, then one to the center left, and one to the center right. And it makes sort of a diamond shape.
Oh, 1 second.
Inside of the rounded shape.
Hold on. I have an alarm going off somewhere in my house.
Oh, okay. It's the carbon monoxide. You're gonna die.
Okay, sorry. There was for some reason a timer going off in my living room.
All right. So this is Amelie. So Mrs. Shar says that if you use only quartz in the channeling plate, your time telling will be more precise. But Amelie has her own thoughts on this. This is the sequence she feels will be more accurate, and this probably comes down to your positioning of the stones. So this is probably something where you need to keep an idea in mind. So it says the tiger's eye should be to the left of the quartz.
Okay.
So let's see. So I'll keep this down. So tiger's eye next to the left of the quartz.
Right.
And it says,
which is where it is.
It says that the malachite cannot be to the far sides or directly next to the ruby.
I have no malachite that I've seen.
So it cannot be to the far sides. So that probably means the diagonals, because it's only a 3x3 grid that we were looking at, right? Or maybe it doesn't matter.
Well, I only have 3 marbles.
Well, okay. Well, I'll just read through it, and then we'll come back to it if we need to. So the malachite cannot be to the far sides or directly next to the ruby, and the ruby must not be directly next to the tiger's eye. And that's the end of that. So the tiger's eye should be to the left of the quartz. The malachite cannot be to the far sides or directly next to the ruby, and the ruby must not be directly next to the tiger's eye.
What does malachite look like?
Malachite is sort of a ringed green stone.
Okay.
Alright, so then it goes on to the next page, which is now page 13. It starts off with number 5, balance. For highest precision, point the balance needle towards the 3rd quartz. But Amelie notes that if you point it instead towards the malachite, it'll store the time better. So the precision point towards malachite. So then Shar continues, when everything is set for the optimal accuracy, wind the clock up by turning the top right gear clockwise twice. So I feel like things have turned up in difficulty maybe.
Yeah.
So top right clockwise.
Gear. Clockwise by 2.
Twice.
I am starting to
there's one
wonder.
final note. There's one final note.
Okay.
From Amelie. Once the lid has closed, test the experiment by setting the clock to 12. This should initiate the extraction process. And that is the end of the book.
And you have no stones, right?
Not that I have seen, no.
My clock
Oh.
does not adjust.
I have a letter. I can put it in the post box.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in the post box.
Okay.
All right, I have mailed the letter to Amelie. And I
All right.
have... Oh, okay, so now I've received a piece of paper.
Go on.
It says post box number 28.
Going. I am at 28.
So it says post box number 28,
Here.
and then it has a series of directions.
Okay.
It says northwest,
Northwest.
west,
West.
southwest,
Southwest.
east.
East. Opened. Perfect. Alright, Amelie Raven. You sent me a letter. 2 postage stamps from Denmark. Signed by Lerk. I have the key now. Wow.
So now you can get into the clock shop.
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that felt pretty cool.
That's pretty fucking neat.
It felt really cool. It says
But
here's...
I also feel like the next jump scare is getting closer.
Oh man, it's... I got you. Did I scare you? He says, here's your key to the clock shop, Amelie. When you're done working, could you help me look for my raven? Oh, Lark, I'm so sorry. I killed that bitch. I killed him. I done killed him. Alright. I now need to go beyond 9 o'clock, so I'm scrolling through until Ravens is closed. Ravens is closed, I'm going in. Bravo 6 going dark. Using the key, I'm in and the lights are on. I now have my 4 crystals. So it brought me to the desk and immediately zoomed in on a clock, which I am tinkering with.
Okay.
This is where your puzzle pieces are going to come in.
All right. So to describe them, so the malachite is the green rippling one.
Yeah, the bird's actually messing with my freaking clock. I'll slap this raven.
Oh.
Okay. So I now see the baseball diamond type pattern. It almost looks like a diamond pattern at the top of the clock. Okay. Top left corner is my malachite. Then it goes ruby, then quartz, then tiger's eye.
And then nothing at the bottom center.
And nothing at the bottom center.
All right. And so we described, so the malachite is the rippling green one, the quartz
Correct.
is the clear white one, the ruby is red, Dalmatian stone black and white.
Correct.
Onyx and tiger's eye. I don't think there's an onyx in there.
There is no.
Tiger's eye is like
tiger's eye, the brown. Yep.
All right. So then, all right. So this is the sequence we need to work at. The tiger's eye needs to be to the left of the quartz.
Oh, okay. So this is a drag puzzle. The reason there's nothing at the bottom is because I can't remove the stones. It's a sliding puzzle. So if you can imagine, there's basically 5 nodes. There's the 4 baseball bases.
Yeah, I have the exact picture, actually.
Okay, yeah, so
all right, so if I'm taking a guess here.
Yep.
The pattern should probably be tiger's eye, quartz,
ruby, malachite.
Ruby. Oh, no, malachite, ruby.
Okay. So tiger's eye. Let's work on getting tiger's eye over there. Check.
Oh, no, that won't work.
Quartz, malachite, ruby. Okay,
no,
there
were
were rules.
Yes. Okay, so here's so it probably has to be
precision towards malachite. So malachite actually needs to be in the bottom.
Be on the far left. Oh, you can put something in the bottom?
Yeah, at home plate. That's how I have to drag these things around. But the fact that it says precision, there's a wheel at the bottom and a pin. I'm not sure exactly how this works. So right now my layout is, after moving these gems around, I have tiger's eye in my top left.
So the gems have to be at the top positions. The top 4 positions have to be the gems.
They have to be. Okay.
Yes, based on the picture I have here.
All right.
Okay, and then I was wrong. So it should actually be, the malachite at the far left.
That's where it started.
That's because the malachite cannot be next to the ruby.
Okay.
Or hold on a second.
Yeah, read the rules to me again.
Yeah.
Read the rules.
Okay, so the tiger's eye should be to the left of the quartz.
Check.
The malachite cannot be to the far sides, or directly next to the ruby.
Cannot be
So
far
so the malachite has to be in one of the center 2 positions.
or next to ruby. Okay. Check.
And so, and the ruby must not be directly next to the tiger's eye.
All right. So malachite cannot be far ends or next to ruby. Tiger's eye needs to be next to quartz. Ruby cannot be next to tiger's eye. But tiger's eye needs to be next to quartz. Okay, so then quartz needs to be on an outside.
So then
we go.
So it should be ruby. No.
Ruby can be on the outside. It just cannot be next to. Ruby can't be next to tiger's eye or malachite. So ruby needs to be next to quartz. So ruby outside. Oh, but malachite can't be in the center.
It cannot be to the far
malachite
side
has
or
to be.
next to the
Yeah,
ruby.
right.
So the malachite has to be in the center, and then tiger's eye has to be to the left of quartz. But it doesn't say directly next to it; it just says it has to be to the left.
Oh, to the left of quartz. Okay,
so if we put the tiger's eye on the far left, then we're able to have.
I think we have to use the home base, man. I think we have to.
Because on the pattern, I'm showing it, the baseball diamond pattern. It's showing ruby. It's showing circles, or it's showing the marbles at the top 4 positions, and then the bottom one is just an empty circle.
Right, but does this line up if we?
So I think tiger's eye goes to the far left.
Agreed.
Then malachite.
But tiger's. Oh yeah, and then quartz, and then ruby.
And then quartz, and then ruby.
Because then tiger's eye is now left of quartz. Malachite is in
cannot
the middle.
be to the far sides or next to the ruby.
And ruby is not next to tiger's eye.
Tiger's eye.
All right, so next, precision towards
We're so fucking
malachite.
Smart. And then point the precision towards the malachite.
So the pointing precision towards malachite is check, done.
And then when everything is set for optimal accuracy, wind the clock up by turning the top right gear clockwise twice.
1, 2. The bird nicked it and it closed. The time. Yeah, go ahead.
Once the lid has closed, test the experiment by setting the clock to 12. This should initiate the extraction process.
Setting clock to 12 and release. Extracted. We're going back in a spiral. The bird just disappeared in the clock. It literally was a death spiral that sucked the bird in. And the clock is now... Ooh. The minute hand... Okay, so the hour hand is stuck on 12. Let me let it reset real quick. It reset. It's going 3, 3, 3, 6, 3, 6. 6,
okay.
3.
So what's the pattern?
Hold on, I need my pencil. So it's spinning around. It is going 3, 3, 3, 6, 3, 6, 6, 3, reset. So 3, 3, 3, 6, 3, 6, 6, 3.
So that's actually one more.
Let me double check that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make sure I didn't mess up.
So this is just a regular pocket watch.
1, 2, 3. Yep,
I need to go back.
6,
I need to go back to the house and look at the pocket watch I found. That sounds exactly like that.
Yeah, and it's doing just like a little flashing light over the numbers.
Yes.
But mine is the minute hand, not the hour hand.
And mine is the hour. Or no, mine is also the minute hand.
The long hand?
Yeah, except my clock is cracked, and yours isn't, right?
Mine is not. It's a pocket watch on a tripod.
So I have the older version of your exact watch, except now it's giving a different time. So mine is 12, 3, 12, 12, 12, 3, 6.
Yeah, mine is 3, 3, 3. Let me 3, 3, 3, 6, 3, 6, 6, 3. and they're
So
distinct flashes, and then it spins clockwise to reset, like it double
right.
spins. Okay.
So 3, 3, 3, 6, 3, 6, 6, 3.
You got it.
So yours has an additional digit, or an additional click.
Yes.
So
Unless
what
you
is
missed
this?
one on yours.
I'm looking at it now. So resets 12, 3, 12, 12, 12, 3, 6, and then reset.
Weird. Oh, when I click on the watch, it'll bring it up to the full screen, but it tells me the same thing.
Yeah, I'm not able to interact with my clock at all.
Okay. Alright.
So now...
So 3, 3... Alright, I'm going to leave here because I don't think there's anything more for me there. But now what? You know what? These are...
Are they grid coordinates?
I think...
No.
So the 12, 3, 6, and 9 are up, down, left, right. I don't think it can be a coincidence that we have the coordinates we have. So
true.
if we start with yours, that equates to... Let me draw back my grid here. So we have a what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 6 by 8 was it?
A 6 by 8.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So yours would be up,
right, up, right, down.
right, down, and at that point I would pick up at right, 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 down, right, down, down, right, ending in the bottom right corner.
So let's see. So up, right, up, right, down, and then right,
down, right, down, right. Click.
Right.
That's it.
Click. Man, this is either a really good puzzle game or we're just so fucking smart.
Oh yeah. All right, I'm gonna
That's
click.
crazy.
Yeah, that
That's
was really
actually
cool.
crazy.
I'm glad that worked.
I know. I would have felt so hopeless. Oh, that's perfect.
That
That
was
was such a good catch.
Okay. Clicking on
Yeah,
the train.
You were right. Clicking on the train.
Chapter 3.
Chapter 3.
Go ahead. What does yours say?
I knew Lark wouldn't want to harm the people who went into the clock, so I decided to give them a way out.
Ooh, maybe mine would have been. Maybe mine's supposed to be first. It was
You are
easier.
player one.
It was easier than I thought to extract time from animals. Now I had to learn how to do the same with people.
So I knew Lark wouldn't want to harm the people who went into the clock, so I decided to give them a way out.
I see.
And then I guess we continue?
Yeah, so I guess mine is supposed to be red first then, maybe?